Welcome to the Remote Learning Committee. My name is Brian, and today we're going to be setting up Google Meet. If you haven't seen our video on setting up Google Classroom, we encourage you to watch that. Google Meet is a tool to allow people to meet virtually using your device's camera and microphone. The Remote Learning Committee believes virtual meetings are an important component of student growth during remote learning. They can replace some of the community building and social emotional learning that is lost when not meeting in a group every day. With that in mind, we encourage Google Meets to focus on the students and their well-being, not on content or instruction. Meets should give students an opportunity to share news in their life, ask questions, and practice a teacher-led social emotional skill, such as social skills, coping, or calming strategies. We encourage you to set up a recurring schedule for Google Meets and post it in the stream. Our general recommendation is one full class meet a week with at least one additional office hour time. During office hours, you can set aside a time for anyone to drop by for questions or socialization, and also invite students that need extra help. We encourage you to also set an end time to Google Meets. We think 45 minutes is a good time limit for meetings, but please feel free to adjust as your situation calls for. Once you have a plan for your meet, let's schedule one. With the settings correct, we should see our Google Meet link at the top of the stream. Students will also see the link. However, the link only works for them when a teacher is in the meeting. So the first thing we need to do is create an announcement for the Google Meet. If you haven't seen our video on creating announcements, we encourage you to do that now. We'll make an announcement in the stream since this will be long-term information. We'll post our Google Meet times. In this example, we'll use Mondays from 9 to 9:45 as our group meet, and Wednesdays from 9 to 9:45 as office hours, and the attendance expectation. The Remote Learning Committee encourages teachers to post all daily assignments in the Classwork tab, even recurring ones. So let's go to Classwork and create an assignment. We'll call it Class Google Meet. In the instructions, we'll ask all participants to wear some sort of headphones or earbuds to minimize the sounds of feedback, and mute themselves upon entering the meet. We'll set up the options on the right according to the Remote Learning Committee's recommended guidelines and assign now. We'll create another assignment for our first office hours. Since we don't want to create confusion, we won't assign this now. Instead, scheduling it to be assigned Wednesday, September 9th. Let's schedule a few weeks of Google Meets quickly using Reuse Post. If the wrong class comes up in Select Post, you can use the Back to All Classes to select the class you want to reuse a post from. Select the post you want to reuse, select Reuse in the lower right-hand corner, and change the details that need to be changed. While we're here, we'll also schedule our second office hours using Reuse Post. With the first 2 weeks of meetings scheduled, let's fast forward to meeting time. We encourage you to log into the meeting at least 5 minutes before the scheduled start time. If students have a question that doesn't necessarily pertain to the whole class, they may try to get to you before the meeting starts. It also gives you time to make sure your technology is working. If you're using a Windows or Mac computer, make sure you're using the Chrome browser, as Meet won't work in any other program such as Safari or Edge. That said, let's open Google Meet. If this is your first time using Google Meet, you will need to close the dialog box and allow Google Meet to use your camera and microphone. And then Join Now to start the meet. Since all of our students have the link to the meet at the top of their stream, we don't need to worry about adding others, so we can X out of this dialog box. Logging in early also gives you time to adjust a few settings. We encourage teachers to use tiled view. We can set our view by coming down to the 3 dots in the lower right-hand corner and selecting Change Layout and then selecting Tiled. We don't encourage students to use tiled view, as you will want their attention on the speaker. Lastly, before the meet starts, we will want to click in the upper right corner on Show Everyone. This will bring up a place for us to see who is in the meeting, as well as give us options to mute or remove them. It also allows us to easily toggle to the chat window, which allows us to post messages and also see if students are using chat during the meeting. As students join, you will see them added in the Show Everyone window on the right. Require students to keep their microphone off until it is their turn to speak. If they don't, you can mute them from the Show Everyone window by clicking on the drop-down next to their name and selecting the microphone icon, and then selecting Mute. Although students can't join your Meet when you're not in it, they can stay in Google Meet after you leave. We encourage you to make sure you are the last one to leave, even if that means having to remove stragglers from the Meet. To do that, you go back over to the Show Everyone window, select the minus sign icon, and remove from Call. Once you feel comfortable using Google Meet, we encourage you to check out our video, Google Meet for Experienced Users, where we give ideas for meaningful Google Meets. Congratulations, you're well on your way to successful remote teaching. The next video in your journey to remote teaching should be grading in Google Classroom. Remember, remote learning is a collaboration between teachers, schools, students, and families. The Remote Learning Committee is honored you decided to invite us into your classroom's family. We hope to see you in another video real soon.